Welcome back to Pink Master Official. I hope you're doing great today. In this video, we're going to learn how to identify if a new game formation in Aviator is likely to be favorable. Some players call this the happy hour. How can you tell when a formation is looking good? Stay with me until the end of this video as I explain this educational information clearly. But first, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends if you find it helpful. Thank you in advance. Aviator is a game with random pattern arrangements. Sometimes the game shows patterns that are easier to read and understand. These moments are what some players refer to as good formations. Other times, the patterns are harder to interpret. Players call these less favorable phases. Here, I'll give you a brief breakdown, but remember, we also have a full course where all the details are explained thoroughly for serious learners. One of the most important skills is reading the graphs carefully. This is how you can recognize the nature of the current formation. And as we've learned before, patience is key. If you rush, it's easy to miss the signals that indicate a good moment. The real challenge is to wait calmly, especially during less favorable patterns, so you can spot the start of a new, better formation. There are several key patterns and arrangements that can signal a favorable game. Before we dive into them, let's first answer the basics. What exactly is a good formation? How does it look? And what makes a formation less favorable? A good formation is when the graph shows a steady and predictable pattern. This makes it easier to understand the flow and anticipate trends safely. A less favorable formation is more chaotic and unpredictable, requiring more patience to interpret. Now, as we continue, I want you to learn one important point about Aviator. In Aviator, we often recognize key signals that indicate when a good game formation may be coming. But remember, these signals can be tricky. You need extra knowledge and a sharp mind, just like mine. Sometimes, the game tests you. You see a signal, you use it, and it works perfectly, and that feels great. But at other times, the same signal doesn't produce the expected result. This happens because Aviator's algorithm can be unpredictable, and occasionally it behaves differently just to confuse players. Some players might see a signal that usually produces a good round, and when it doesn't, they give up or ignore it. But in reality, this is just part of the game's algorithm, and it only goes wrong about 10% of the time, while 90% of the time it works as expected. This is why I always recommend observing the game for some time. Watch how signals behave, and notice if certain signals occasionally don't work. It's not a failure, it's just the game being tricky. For example, maybe you notice that after a certain odd multiplier, like 1.00x, a good round usually follows. But sometimes, the same odd appears and nothing happens. That's normal. The game is just like that. Remember what we discussed in previous videos. The opposite of bad is good. So if the current game phase seems unfavorable, stay patient. A good formation is likely loading. And now, let's move on to some key points that signal a good game has started or is about to start. When you see long purple lines appearing all over the history panel, take note. This is often a signal that good pinks are being prepared. At this point, don't rush. Stay calm and wait. This is a key signal that pro players pay attention to. As you can see in this image, after a series of purple lines, the game eventually produced good rounds. Remember what I mentioned earlier, sometimes the game shows these signals, but it may take a little longer before the expected good rounds appear. Patience is key. Now, let's take a closer look at this image. Before the pinks appeared, you can see that there were a lot of blue lines. In Aviator, a scenario can repeat for some time before the pattern changes. After these blue lines, many purple lines followed on top. Remember, a bad game won't last all day, and a good game won't last all day either. There are really just two options, so keep that in mind. For those who enjoy guessing or predicting, this video can help improve your observation skills. Once you understand that after a less favorable situation, a good situation often follows, you can see the pattern clearly in this image. This idea can also help players who use autoplay for small multipliers. Every time you notice long blue lines, and then you spot purple lines forming, that could indicate the start of a new game phase. Just remember, it may take some time, similar to the previous phase. I hope this educational information is sinking in clearly. Now, there's another good signal that shows we could have back-to-back pink rounds. To learn more about that and other advanced insights, consider joining the membership on this channel, where I share full educative information. Check it out, don't miss it. You can also click on the recommended video card or find the link in the description for the membership video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Pink Master Official for more educational aviator content.